Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. In this episode I'll show you the improvements I've made to the tank, general maintenance, feeding and cleaning. I had a bit of an idea whilst I was at work. Basically I wanted an instant impact added to the rear of the tank. Then I remembered some ferns I'd seen a month or so ago at my local DIY store, and I knew that they'd look really good given the delicate leaves and the overall volume that just a single plant was producing. As you can see here, I'm wrapping the ugly pots in black electrical tape, and then I filled the holes in the bottom with a glue gun. And then it was just a case of slotting them in the gap between the tank and the wall. Very simple, cost effective, but gives a great result, I think. Here I'm doing a bit of a trimming session. The plants don't really need it, but it's always good to have a bit of a tidy up every now and again. And also I'll use the trimmings in my Endler Guppy mountain tank, which I'll leave a link to above. Next job is to clean the glass, and I just use this little cleaning pad I've got here. It's quite small so I can use it, get down into the hard to reach place. Now I deliberately don't clean the sides of the aquarium or the back, and this is because I'm trying to develop a nice layer of algae on there as a food source, so that as we move forward the invertebrates and fish have something to peck at when they're hunting for food. After all, the end goal of the tank is to be a self-sustaining ecosystem, so obviously that's not the case at the moment with the filter still being in, but that will be removed eventually. I'll refrain from feeding the fish unless I can look at them and see their health is degenerating or they're getting really skinny. But if I do that, I will document it, because after all it is still part of the experiment. That being said, I have actually done something like this before. Not deliberately, but I set up a nature aquarium that had 4 ember tetras in it and 2 pygmy cories and a colony of about 20 shrimp. About 2 weeks went by where I hadn't fed the tank for whatever reason. I think it was holiday, we were on holiday or something like that. But I noticed that the fish were looking completely healthy and completely full. So I knew they were getting food from somewhere, and I'm assuming it was shrimplets, because the colony of shrimp were breeding very well. So I decided to carry on not feeding it, just to see what would happen, and lo and behold, 6 months went by with that tank. Probably just a little bit less, more like 5 months thinking back, but it was absolutely fine. No problems at all. All the fish were happy. Eventually I broke down the tank because we were moving house, but I've still actually got the 4 ember tetras and the 2 pygmy cories that were in there. Not so many of the shrimp, because I actually put them in my discus tank in the hope they would survive. Some of them did, most of them didn't. So as you can see here, I'm cleaning the glass using a glass cleaner, and with an open top tank it's important that you don't spray onto the glass, because some of the chemicals might get into the water. As you can see here, I'm spraying onto the kitchen roll and then wiping the surface. Okay guys, time for me to shut up and let you watch some nice footage of the tank. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, click the like button, leave a comment, do it all. Cheers.